What's up, everyone? It's Waiver wirequeen. Getting ready to do another mock draft with some of the members of our redraft league. This should be a fun mock draft. This is a PPR league, plus you get additional bonus points for running back, wide receiver, and the tight end spot. This is not a super flex league. So we're going to see if the guys realize that this is not a super flex league because we did a mock a few minutes ago and they did not realize that. So we're using a sleeper platform for this redraft. We got Dre in here. We got A Butter, aka 9mm, best independent hip hop artist out. We got Hove 800, aka Dave, and then we got the one and only Waiver wirequeen. We just having fun. We out here getting ready for this draft, August 22nd. So we're gonna get ready to start this mock, and we're gonna start it off with Dre. He has first pick in the draft. How lucky is he? I haven't seen him do anything different with the first pick. He continues to draft CMC. My latest running back rankings, I have Cook over CMC, but I feel like obviously in the PPR, I would prefer Christian McCaffrey over Dalvin Cook, even though I love Dalvin Cook. He's amazing. Okay. He's amazing. Okay. But for PPR, and especially when we're giving additional points, I'm going to go with CMC. So I think he's gotten right every time, even though he hasn't changed the format. It was the right thing to do. We got, let's talk about A Butter. He has his own interesting strategy. He has a few different strategies he likes to use for his drafts. I'm not going to give his strategies up, but I see he's going with Tyreek Hill first. Dave doesn't have a strategy. Dave just get in there and he just draft. This is a mock, and he still takes the full time to draft in a mock. A bit about the sleeper app. I think the sleeper app is best for dynasty and keeper leagues. So much you can do. You can do obviously a lot of the platforms you can make trades during the draft. When we were using Yahoo a few years ago, before we really started using Sleeper, we were trying to make the trades during the draft, and we couldn't do that. I don't know if they've updated that. I know that the Sleeper app, we can make our trades during the draft, before the draft, multiple team trades, which I love those. I haven't seen a lot of those occur. I would love to see those occur more, but that is a great feature to be able to trade during the draft. Okay, let me be quiet and make my pick and see. I'm at this horrible spot 11, and there's really no one I truly love available, but I'm gonna jump all the way down here because I'm gonna do something different. And I'm high on this young man. And then I'm going to do something heavy. This is just a different strategy I'm trying. Again, my best regular season record came when I was aggressive with drafting the top wide receivers first. And what I did was I ended up getting Deshaun Watson, and then I paired him with Will Fuller. And obviously those two last season, they played well. Hell of a season for both guys last year, and we know what happened with Will Fuller. He ended up being suspended for the remainder of the season. That hurt, and I want to say around that time, that was going into the postseason, and everything just fell apart with that particular lineup. With I had Fuller, Adams, Cooper, Montgomery. This was the time where I had a playoff game, and it was Adams and Cooper, and they both had a bad game. Both of them had a bad game. I didn't even get 20 points combined out of both of those guys, so that was hard. Dre is struggling over here with these picks, taking forever. But this is a risk in this league because we've done previous mocks, and I'm telling you, the running backs are going quicker, and it's because of I feel like it's because of the format of where we're giving out additional points to the running backs. So I've noticed by round 4, you're looking at the running backs like, I don't really want these guys. So most people are snatching their running backs early. So my guy who I would have drafted here, Mixon, he is not on the board. So I'm going to look and see what I want to do here. So I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to go with Mike Evans. Him and Tom Brady, they made some great magic last year. Tom Brady had fun with Mike Evans. And right here, I'm just going to end up going with Montgomery. Who I would have normally targeted was Joe Mixon, and he's long gone, and I most likely should have taken him sooner. But knowing the patterns of some of the people I'll be drafting with, depending on what strategy I go with, I think he'll be available where I'm really targeting him at. I'll say with Joe Mixon, he had a rough season last year, and that's because of the injuries. But when healthy, he's been solid and he's been consistent. I know that offensive line out there on the Bengals is atrocious, but I like what they're doing out there. And I feel like Mixon is going to have a hell of a season this year, as long as he can remain healthy. I'm looking forward to seeing Mixon on the field, Burrows, Chase, and Boyd. I'm looking to see that. And Higgins, too. I'm looking to see that group work their magic. Now, the thing is with Dave, I'm trying to figure out what his strategy is. I know he got his tight ends. He's already let everyone know pretty much that come draft night, real draft, he's going to probably draft Kels. He's been drafting Kels in every mock draft in the first round. And, I mean, that's his strategy in this draft. That is fine. So now I'm looking here to see who else is on the board and who do I value here. Now look, I'm looking quarterback. And my guy is going who I would have taken, I would have paired with this quarterback. So what I'm going to do here is, since I am struggling with the running back situation, and I believe that they're going to be picking a running back after me, I need to look and identify who I feel. And Robinson, I think he's going to be okay this year, and see they went right behind me and drafted Gaskin. I look at Gaskin as a flex play this year. I'm not 100% high on him, but if you want to draft him, go on and draft him. So right now, what I'm going to do is just go a little off cue and grab my quarterback. So what I was trying to do here was pair Dak with CD. And what I really should have did was, instead of going with Mike Evans, I should have went with Cooper and then came back around and got Dak. Okay, didn't do that, but there are other ways to where I can make some moves and pair some players together to where I'm getting those double points when Dak scores touchdowns. When he's throwing the ball, I want to be throwing to one of my guys. Dak with the injury, I feel confident that he's going to be ready week 1. So draft him with confidence, and draft CeeDee Lamb, Cooper with confidence. And I think Gallup will be solid. I'm not looking at him for redraft as much, unless it's someone who I need to just obviously fill my bench. In this league, this is redraft, and we're starting 3 wide receivers. I wouldn't be drafting him to be one of my starting 3 wide receivers. I would draft him late for my bench. Now, in a dynasty league, I would draft him because I think he's a young, solid wide receiver. I'm curious to see if the Cowboys are going to bring him back. Two things I noticed with Dave is he's consistently drafting Kels and Trevor Lawrence. Like even in all of our dynasty leagues, he has drafted Trevor Lawrence, and I've gone and drafted Trey Lance. I'm very high on Trey Lance. I would love to see him get on that field this year, and there is a potential for that to happen because, to me, Jimmy G, he's always hurt. So I look at that situation and feel like there is an opportunity. So what I'm going to do is go with Dallas Goedert. I feel like he's going to be a low in tight end one, considering what's going on with Zach Ertz remaining on that roster. If they do find a way to trade him, or maybe they'll come to some sort of agreement, then I will say a high end tight end one. But let's look and see. Now, what I was gambling on is I wasn't expecting the computer to draft Michael Carter here. I'm actually high on him. I was high on him when the Jets initially drafted him, because when you look at that roster at the other running backs on that team, he has a chance to be the day one starter, because I'm just simply not high on those guys. So I have two starting running backs here, and I need to look at someone else I feel confident in. So right here, I'm gonna reach. I'm not a big fan of Jones. Drake, I don't feel like he's gonna do much this year. I'm gonna go with David Johnson, because one, he's a starter, and two, I feel like the Houston Texans are going to run the football a lot. They're going to run the football a whole lot. I feel more confident in their run game than the passing game, because I don't anticipate Deshaun Watson playing this season. So that should tell you guys what you need to be doing in a redraft league. If he doesn't play this year, then there should be no reason for you to draft him in a redraft league. That's just my opinion. But we still don't know what's going on, but I don't think he's playing this year. So I'm not investing any draft capital in a redraft. In a dynasty, I'm taking the chance, and I've been able to get him in like round 8 consistently. So redraft, I'm looking past him. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks, but I'm looking past him in redraft leagues because I just don't think he's playing. And that's, to me, just a waste of a pick in a redraft league. It's a gamble. It's a high risk, high reward, because if and when he returns, it's going to be last season Watson. That's what I'm expecting, and even better. Well, let's see. So I got my quarterback. I'm going to go with Curtis Samuel here. And I'm going to go with Logan Thomas. So at the tail end here, I may end up bringing in Fitzpatrick. Or I'll be looking to bring in Dallas's starting tight end. I feel like he was going to have a good season last year, but he got hurt earlier on in the season. He is the guy, in my opinion. It's not Schultz. Jarwin is the guy, and I think if he remains healthy this year, he's going to be good, because I feel like the Cowboys are going to pass the ball more than ever, and that could be because maybe they're playing from behind, because I'm not confident in their defense. So, yes, Jarwin is someone I would add, also because this is a 2 tight end league, and obviously I'm not going to draft him high. I feel like I can catch him late in the draft. So, yeah. Who else? I'm not high on Henry and Smith. I'm staying away from those two guys. Higbee, I think, is going to have a breakout season. Obviously, some people say breakout season has already occurred. I feel like there's so much more there. And now that he is definitely the guy, and there's no question as to Gerald Everett's coming in and you're going out. No, because Everett is in Seattle and he's going to have his own breakout season over there. So Higbee is definitely a good option, especially in a 2 tight end league. And what he was drafted, Dre drafted him in round 10. So I think that's good value. Baker Mayfield in a redraft league, I'm looking past him. So I'm definitely looking past him. I'm not high on him. I'll say that. So my goal is to always get players I feel are gonna play. I feel like J.D. McKissick is gonna play. Obviously, he's gonna be solid. I think he is definitely going to be on that field on third down and passing situations with Ryan Fitzpatrick. I know that they said Gibson is going to see the ball more. I agree. Yes, he may. However, J.D. McKissick will be the third down running back. So, which is why I feel like I could draft him with confidence because he's going to be on the field. And I look back at this tight end spot. Now, right now, the highest ranked quarterback is Trey Lance. I normally would draft Trey Lance in a dynasty league, but I'm not going to do that here. So I'm going to just go on and draft my backup quarterback, and I'm going to go and get Fitzpatrick. I think Fitzpatrick will make it through the whole season. I normally say Fitz is good for about 5 games, but I think he's going to make it through the whole season this year. So don't draft him early, obviously, but he's good for the late rounds. And then there's some quarterbacks in here that I'm not high on Tua. Daniel Jones. I'm a Giants fan, big Giants fan. I love the Giants, but I'm not high on Daniel Jones, so I'm staying away from him. Some other quarterbacks that I think Derek Carr is going to be solid again this year. I think he was solid last year. So I expect him to be solid this year. Like you can end up drafting him the tail end of your draft. I'm staying away from Cam Newton. I'm staying away from in the redraft. I'm staying away from Cam Newton. I don't feel like you have to draft Cam Newton in a redraft unless you just see something great. Obviously, the COVID was a big factor, but just not. I'm not high on him. I'm not drafting him in a redraft league, and that's exactly what this is. If you are a Saquon Barkley owner, you definitely want to handcuff him with Devontae Booker. I'm thinking I'm still in basketball mode, but Devontae Booker, because I don't think Saquon is going to start the season. And if they do, I still feel like they're going to be cautious, and Booker is going to be a factor early on. And then once they feel confident that, okay, Saquon is truly past this knee injury, then you'll start seeing less Booker and more of Saquon. So especially in a dynasty league, if I have Barkley, I'm going to grab Booker at some point. Now, if in this redraft league, you're able to get all starters, maybe you don't have to look at him, but I would still handcuff him to Booker. To Barkley. Booker, Barkley. You grab both because right now, you know that Saquon may not start the regular season, and if he does, he's not gonna have the normal Saquon Barkley load. So Booker is a handcuff for sure. So now it's my turn. Let's see what's going on here. So many picks left. So I'm gonna see. This is the guy I wanted as one of my sleepers because I feel like he's gonna have a hell of a season. Like he definitely has the opportunity to have a breakout year. He's the starter. He's playing with Russell Wilson. I think this guy right here, Russell Gage, is going to be solid this year. He's going to be the starter alongside Ridley. He was solid at times last year, but inconsistent. Now, this is your opportunity. This is your chance. Obviously, he's a late round grab. He's not somebody I'll be looking to draft early on in my drafts. But I feel like he's going to be solid this year. Ridley, Gage, and Pitts. I almost want to say that I know for sure Pitts will be the number 2 option out there, and then Russell Gage is sprinkled in there at some point. Oh, and this is a redraft league, and you see that. I mean, the running back situation has dried up fairly early. Like Sonny Michel, I'm not a fan of. It's hard to determine what they really do out there with the New England running backs, so I tend to try to stay away from them. So I'm gonna go with the Browns defense here, and I'm gonna go and look to see what else is available. Would love to add another running back, but it just really depends on who's there. So like Booker is there. I know that this is late, and I know that for me, he's gonna be the guy early on, so I'm gonna draft him. This is late. This is one of those. Well, he's gonna play a lot early on, and that'll help my team out a bit. I really wish they would have kept Wayne Goldman, but they obviously let him go, and they got Booker here. But again, he's a handcuff to Saquon, and the Saquon owner didn't handcuff him. So, I mean, let me look at who has Saquon. So they did make sure they went out and got them a whole bunch of running backs early. Their first 1, 2, 3, 4 picks for running back. I mean, yeah, that's like running back heavy for real. But could be me. Another guy who I like to draft is Crowder. I like to look at him. I'm staying away from Tim Tebow. Everybody is high on Tim Tebow. I'm staying away from Tim Tebow. They need to cut it out. The Jacksonville Jaguars should have drafted a tight end. There was some good young tight ends in that draft. They could have drafted Pat Freiermuth. They should have drafted him, but I'm minding my business. Dave again struggling to decide on what to do. Okay. Let's look at what Dre has done in this draft. Let's go down to Jared Cook. I'm not high on him. I think McKitty at some point is going to get out there and take the job. I'm just not big on Cook. No, I'm not big on him. So I'm looking past him. So I didn't see him do anything with Drew Brees when he was down. He hasn't done much with his opportunity. So I'm looking past him. High on TJ Hawkinson. Again, I have him ranked in my top 5 tight end rankings. I have him ranked number 4 right now. There's nothing but opportunity and targets out there in Detroit because Motown neglected the wide receiver position in the draft, even though they drafted someone, but they just neglected the wide receiver position during free agency. And so there's nothing but opportunity here. Nothing but opportunity and targets, because who the hell else is Jared Goff giving that football to? Who is he throwing to? Hutchinson. Okay, that's going to be his guy. So good luck with that. Now, Perryman, he may be all right. Williams, they may be okay. They're I'm gonna call them veterans because they are, they've been around for some time, but I just don't. I felt like they should have went out in that draft because there were a lot of wide receivers. It was a lot of wide receivers in that draft, and they should have drafted someone higher. But nonetheless, I'm not out there in Motown, even though I'm wondering what the hell was what were they thinking? But I'm minding my business. That's why I'm sitting over here with you guys, and I'm not in the Lions front office. But what up, though? I'm curious to see is what they got going on out there. But it is what it is. So in this, I accomplished my goal in getting 1, 2, 3. So no, I got 3 tight ends. I wanted 4. There's some young rookie tight ends I think are gonna be really good if you draft them in dynasty leagues. But for redraft purposes, I am going to move away from the tight end spot, and I'm gonna go for another. Look at another wide receiver here. I would draft Slayton, but I just feel like Daniel Jones has struggled so much that that's just not going to be a good. It's not going to be a good move here. So to add wide receiver, I'm going to add. Quarterback. I'm going to add Carr because I feel like when Dak needs a break and say if Fitz is being the normal Fitz and having the off day, I got Carr to come and back him up, get in there for that one game. Now, who do y'all think who had the best draft here? Out of everyone. Y'all let me know what you think. And also, let's stop sharing this screen. All right. Y'all go on to the Dream Elite Strive for Excellence website and grab your fantasy football merch. I have a fantasy football tee on, and this is the Don't Try Me commish tee. Obviously, if you're a commish, you know that thought come to mind every now and then when people, some of the managers in your league try to test you, and as commissioners, they need to appreciate us more. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, as a commissioner, they need to appreciate us more because it's like having a second job, and sometimes people can get out of line, and then for me, I gotta get into my key and night mode and put them back in their place because some people will get out of line. But nonetheless, Dream Elite Strive for Excellence website got fantasy football merch for you guys and girls out there who love playing fantasy football. And I'll put the link to the site in the description, as well as leave a discount code so you can get 10% off on your order. And y'all commissioners out there, share some comments on some of your horror stories of dealing with managers. I've had some moments, nothing too crazy, because we pretty much try to get people we know and trust, especially considering it's a money league. So, but anyway, y'all, thanks for tuning in to this mock draft. Y'all hit that subscribe button and follow Waiver Wire Queen for more on fantasy football because I'm going to get you right for the upcoming season. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.